I'm so sad. Why is Leanna sitting so far away from me? I don't know. We travel together for quite some time. Finally, the sun begins dipping low and streaking the sky. Wow, streaking. Wow, this is escalated really quickly. And streaking the sky with sizzling pinks and yellows. Rocks crunch under our boots as we continue down the path. Hey, look. Wow. The air is brisk and goosebumps shiver up my arms. A sharp breeze cuts through my clothes and I wonder how much further we need to walk. We manage to drag our way through, the chill deepening with each vanishing beam of sunlight. Kara leads the way a few steps ahead of us. Zach's expression is hard to read, but I notice him pull his coat a little tighter around him. Leanna rubs her hands together before puffing a hot breath into the cradle of her palms. The Pongo nuzzles against my neck and disappears into my scarf. He's even colder than usual, making me shiver again. I guess I'm not the only one noticing the chill.
Aw, poor little guy. It's pretty cold out, isn't it?
Honey, you just did the thing. Yeah, it is.
We should pick up the pace. When night falls, it's only going to get worse.
We agree. My teeth rattle from the cold, and I tuck my freezing hands under my arms. The bitter breeze swirls through Leanna's hair and makes her shiver. She coils tighter into herself. Amelia's cloak balloons out behind her, and she lifts her hood over her head. Oh, I don't want her to lecture me, or anyone else to lecture me. Let's just keep going. Less chatter means we get there faster. We continue on, the wind ruffles my hair and passes right through me, numbing me with cold. Even Zach folds into himself and stuffs his hands deep into his pockets. Amelia yanks her hood tighter around her ears and face and tries to keep her cloak from billowing out too much. Leanna keeps her head down, the frigid air turning her cheeks pink. But Kara's walking ahead of us with a little skip in her step. Her arms dangle at her sides as if she's just taking an afternoon stroll. I nudge Zach. Is Kara not cold? Zach untucks himself from his coat long enough to take a look. Then his voice drops too.
Doesn't seem like she is.
Leanna hears us talking and blinks in surprise at Kara.
How is she not cold?
Let's not go there. There's only one explanation. She obviously knows magic! Zach and Leanna just stare at me. Never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys talking about me?
My mouth drops. How does she always hear us? Leanna and Zach look alarmed too. Amelia just blinks at the commotion.
Aren't you freezing?
Kara looks at her blankly.
I don't think so.
Zach's stare intensifies. His face is frozen in a confused grimace.
Seriously? How's that even possible when you're barely wearing...
Kara tilts her head and raises an eyebrow, and the rest of Zach's sentence trails off. Leanna gapes at her.
Seriously, what's your secret?
Secret?
There's gotta be a secret to it, right? Or some kind of heating device that's keeping you warm?
Amy steps over and checks her manipulator.
She does not seem to be using any magical assistance to keep warm.
Kara laughs.
Are you guys a little chilly or something?
Leanna's trembling becomes a little more noticeable as she huddles between me and Amelia. Kara glances at each of our trembling forms for a moment, and for a moment she seems confused.
Oh, wow. You guys do look cold.
Ugh.
Because it is!
She watches Leanna, Amy, and I step closer together for warmth, and her expression changes like a light bulb went off in her head. She turns to Zach, and her mouth spreads into a slow smirk. Oh god. The way she's looking at him reminds me of a fox eyeing a rabbit.
Actually, you're right. I'm freezing. Ooh.
What a flirt. I love her. She's great. She wraps her arms around herself and feigns a violent shudder before cozying up to Zach.
I'm terribly cold.
Aw. He shuffles away from her.
What are you doing?
Kara pouts.
Trying to stay warm, of course. Aren't you cold too?
Zach frowns.
I'm not cold.
Just as he says that, the wind picks up again. He shivers and crosses his arms. A sly grin spreads across Kara's face.
Oh, of course you're not.
She moves towards him and Zach shuffles away again.
Not happening.
Kara frowns.
But I'm not dressed appropriately for this weather.
How is that my fault?
Kara looks up at him with big shivering puppy eyes.
Okay.
She looks defeated and sniffles.
I guess I'll try to manage somehow.
She hugs herself with another theatrical shiver and exaggerates a few more sniffles for added effect. Zack shifts from side to side, clearly uncomfortable. He crosses his arms and lets out a deep, deep sigh.
Fine.
He goes to take off his coat, but Kara stops him.
Wait, I don't want you to be cold too.
Well, there's no other option.
That same devilish smirk slides across her face.
Sure there is.
She lifts up Zack's jacket and slips inside, pressing herself against him.
Hey!
What? We have to keep warm, right? This jacket is big enough for the both of us.
Zack looks like he's about to argue, but says nothing. Kara smiles and snuggles into him. Zack's cheeks tinge pink and he looks away from her. Kara notices his blush and smirks again.
Don't think I'm enjoying this. I'm only doing this because it'll be troublesome if you get sick.
Of course you are. That's so sweet. Thank you.
My eyes drift over to Leanna. Ooh, well this is good. She glances at me and blushes before quickly looking away. Maybe that means she wants to get close too? Snuggle buddy! God bless! Oh my, it's like... That's like exactly what I've been wanting this entire time. Do you even understand? Literally, like, I've gone through this whole game like, yo, you wanna snuggle? You wanna... Right? That's like what I've been doing. Let's just override this. Or maybe we'll override this one. What is this? I can't remember. Let's just save it in a new spot. I got shitloads of these things. Let's try Snuggle Buddy! Oh wow, this is going for it right now. Oh Jesus Christ. I wrap my arm around Leanna and pull her close. Let's see what she says. Her face turns beet red.
What are you doing?
Trying to keep warm. You're cold, aren't you? Me too. Leanna's blush darkens as she hesitates. What's wrong? This is warmer, isn't it? She almost smiles, but then her gaze snaps back together. She quickly slips out of my arms and shuffles a good foot away from me.
No thanks. I'm perfectly fine over
Honey,
here.
oh my god. But she shivers against the breeze, curling into herself. I arch an eyebrow, amused. Doesn't look too warm over there to me. I lift up my arm to give her room to snuggle back to my side. But she glances at the group again, as if she's afraid they're going to see us. I quickly glance around at the others before feigning a loud gasp. Wait, are you afraid? Are you... Oh, Jesus, wait. Are you afraid they're going to see that we touched? Kara, Zack, and Amelia stop. They turn to look at us. Leanna scrambles back over to me, waving her hands.
Stop it! Keep your voice down.
Oh no! Body contact! The scandal! Leanna slaps her hand over my mouth, muffling my voice in the laughter that follows. Kara smirks.
Is everything alright back there?
You're snuggling, why can't I snuggle? Leanna blushes.
Yes, we're fine.
Come on, please! I just want to snuggle. Kara has a wicked grin on her face. I think she's going to tease her, but she instead she pulls on Zack's arm to keep moving. Leanna pulls her hand away, refusing to make eye contact.
We are nearing Ellendale. The journey should not be much longer.
Damn it! Why didn't that work? Fuck! Damn it, I just want to snuggle. Ugh! It's not even me. I just want to fucking snuggle. That's all I want. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should go back and try to be a gentleman. Let's try it. Why not? Give the fair maiden your scarf. I unwind my scarf, much to the dismay of the Pongo, and hand it over to Leanna. She balks.
What are you doing?
I'm being chivalrous. Leanna arches an eyebrow.
Chivalrous?
I settle the scarf over her shoulders and the rest behind her neck. Leanna flushes as I reach around her to loop the other half up front. A half smile rises on my lips. I can be gallant and knightly sometimes. Her blush deepens.
Well, you don't have to do that.
I know. I want to. I cocoon the scarf around her throat again, and Leanna's eyes dart to the ground. I tie in a loose knot and hoist the fabric up to cover her pink ears. You need it more than I do.
Boy? Boy.
That was supposed to be a question mark. The Pango shoots me an indignant look, then hops off my shoulder and into Leanna's arms. He finds his way up to her neck and burrows back beneath the scarf and lets out a contented sigh.
Boy.
Sorry, I should have mentioned the scarf is a 2-for-1 deal. Leanna laughs.
It seems that way.
She pauses and smiles softly.
Thank you.
No problem. So she clearly
You're
appreciates
nearing Ellendale.
the
The
gentleman,
journey should not be much longer.
which is actually okay. But you know, I do kind of want to snuggle a little bit, a lot actually. Ugh!
Oh, really? What a shame.
I love you. I want you to know that. Zach gives her a look.
I mean, oh boy. Yeah, it's so cold. Good thing we're almost there.
Darn. I love her. She's great. Zach and Car quicken their pace, and we follow them for the rest of the journey. Ugh. Wow, we traveled for a few days. It was so cold. We're nearing Ellendale, and it take a few days. Jesus Christ. We travel for a few days. It seems to get colder and colder the more we travel, but we somehow manage. Fuck. Jesus, that's whack. How far away is this frickin' city? One afternoon, we finally arrive in Ellendale. Whoa! It's the Emerald City from like the Wizard of Oz or some shit. Jesus Christ, this is whack. Oh no, this is oh, what is this? What's the city called? Oh, this is Last Airbender vibes, hardcore. Hold on. What is it called? I think I remember. It's the Earth Kingdom capital. Ba Sing Se. That's it. This is Ba Sing Se. Oh my god, this is so cool. I love this. My cabbages! That guy? Yeah. Although there is still a present chill in the air, the sun's bright rays warm us as it glints off the impressive buildings. The people here are well dressed and pay no attention to us. They must be used to seeing those from out of town. As we venture further into the town, I notice lots of people heading towards the center of the square and into a large structure. What do you guys think that building is over there? Amy glances at where I point and brightens up.
That is exactly where we need to be headed.
She speeds up, looking pleased. It seems like everyone else needs to be there too.
Is there an event going on? What exactly is in there?
But Amy is already out of earshot. We pick up the pace to keep up. When we enter, I'm blown away by the sheer magnitude of the place. Magnitude of what? I don't understand this. Hey look, it's the school. The main doors open to a hallway which splits off into adjoining wings. One wing is labeled the library. There is a conservatory and cultural center too. The conservatory does not allow visitors, but the cultural center seems to be hosting some sort of exhibition, and that is where the crowd of people are filtering to. Ugh. Leanna breathes out in wonder as she takes in the hall. Car cranes her neck to get a better look into the library, while Zach watches the crowd. Amy turns towards us.
The library in Ellendale is renowned for its collection of rare tomes. It is the largest library in Havengard.
Who knew?
Since we are already aware the Wind Temple is in this vicinity, I hope that by cross-referencing the books in the library with the notes from Elder Ism, I will be able to narrow down their exact location.
Also, I did find out that the first time she said his name, Elder Ism, it was Isam. So I'm really confused. Leanna nods.
Good idea. Do you need any help?
Amy shakes her head.
I am confident that I will discover the information we need sooner rather than later.
That means we can go on a date, honey. Kara grins.
You don't have to tell me twice. I've got some business of my own I'd like to take care of while we're
And
here.
it may or may not be flirting with Zach. Zach narrows his eyes.
What kind of business?
Kara smiles sweetly.
I had no idea you took such an interest in me.
He crosses his arms.
I just want to make sure you weren't getting into trouble.
He's worried about her.
That doesn't sound like me.
Alright, why don't we all take some time to relax and explore Ellendale, and meet back up here afterwards?
Ellendale? Wait. What? If that means we could go on a date, then that's fine. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to just go into this library and cry. Everyone agrees and goes their separate ways. To my surprise, Kara follows Amy into the library. Zach and Leanna both move towards the exhibitions and seem surprised by each other's choice. I take a closer look at the exhibition and see 2 signs. I guess the reason there are so many people here is because there are 2 exhibitions going on at once. One is the illusions on the mind, and the other is about the heroes of Asaria. I wonder who's going to who. Oh wow, Leanna and Zach both walk towards the exhibit on illusions. Let's just go with them. Illusions on the mind sounds like it could be interesting. Some of them are really clever. Magic! Enter the exhibition and catch up with Leanna and Zach. Hey guys, right on. Zach nods.
Hey! I didn't know you liked illusions of the mind.
I don't know what that is. Is it a band? They can be fun. Leanna smiles and nods. Wow. So after all that, I'm so upset that she wouldn't snuggle with me. I am so upset. We're this far into the game. Snuggling should be par for the course. Ugh. Balls. Just want to snuggle. Personal demons are rising right now. I just want to snuggle with someone. Oh. I'm just like having an existential crisis. Oh fuck. I need to snuggle with someone. Oh my god. Cause like, while this weird music is going on, I just figured, for those of you out there who don't already understand, I recently learned that there is actually a difference in cuddling versus snuggling. Like, snuggling is much more public friendly, as it were. Cuddling can like imply like sexual things, like sometimes, like, and it's like something that you do like after the sex, you know what I mean? Like you're all done, you're like tired out, and you want to cuddle, and you're probably like half naked, if not all the way naked. So, and then for like snuggling, that's what people refer to, like say when a girl puts her head on your shoulder and you kind of like you lean over, you put your arm around her. That's snuggling. The cuddling is different. I learned there's you have to differentiate those two, otherwise it's really weird. Cause like one time I said like, hey, you want to cuddle? And or like, God, what was I gonna say? Or I was like talking to my friend. It was like we were joking about like, hey, I'm gonna ask this girl if she wants to cuddle, and he was like, dude, too far. And he explained to me the difference. Like, he's much more street smart than I am, and I don't know these things because I'm retarded and don't have any friends. So, but yeah, stuff like that. There's a life lesson for you boys out there. I'm sure you girls already know if you're even watching. The room is filled with different paintings and sculptures. People mill around the place, squinting in concentration and quietly discussing. Oh, is this gonna be like those things where you just kind of watch and you stare at it and you just don't understand what the fuck is going on? And you stare at it for like 10 minutes, and you're just like, wow, that's 10 minutes of my life I can't get back. We decide to start at one end of the room and work our way down. The first piece is one I'm very familiar with. It's a 2D painting of colored spirals. Oh, fair enough. Leanna gasps.
It looks like it's moving.
Zach nods in agreement. We move on to the next one. It's a drawing of an elephant, but something seems off. Both Leanna and Zach squint at it. Do I squint at it? It's missing a leg.
Yeah.
Zach leans closer.
Wait, no it isn't.
Leanna counts.
Only 4 legs, but there looks like there should be more.
This is confusing. We murmur in agreement as we move on. As we study the next image, my face turns bright red. Is that a naked woman?
Dancing figures.
Leanna nods. Really? That's what you see? 2 of them give me strange glances.
Yes. What are you seeing?
Ugh! Also dancing figures. Yes, that too is what I see. They shoot me one last confused glance before shrugging it off and moving on. We pass a few more images, and both Zach and Leanna are in agreement of what they see in each one. They spotted the old man in the old man or a woman image, and they saw the swan in the rabbit or swan image. Every time they'd agree, they grin at each other, and sometimes they'd even share a glance as if they were in on a secret that no one else knew. It's been uncanny how in sync they are with each other right now. I've never seen them get along so well before, or Zach smile so much at once. As he pauses at the next illusion, a man ponders the image thoughtfully. He wears a black robe with gold stripes, and a mess of blonde hair sits atop his head. His blue eyes squint intently at the image as he ponders the illusion.
All of these images hold so much meaning.
Oh god, here's another reference I'm not gonna get.
Understanding that not everything is as it seems. If you change your perspective, you're told a completely different story.
I feel like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this one. I always think that at the beginning, but then I'm trying to look at his name and I don't understand. Honestly, I think it's only a matter of time before Harry Potter shows up.
I see these images and I wonder what it is the artist
Can you
is
shut the
trying
fuck
to
up?
share. Which story is theirs? The one that I see first, or the one I understand after further study?
A wise man once told me that just let it be what it will be. Just let me be a little discontent. Fuck, I missed. I was about to be poetic or something, quote Zach there, but it only half worked.
This piece has been
Can
especially
you please shut the
interesting.
fuck up? I don't care. He turns to us.
Tell me, what do you see in this
A
picture?
naked woman. Leanna and Zach share a knowing look and grin.
It's obvious.
Yep,
They answer simultaneously.
faces.
Vases.
The two of them freeze, their eyes wide in shock.
You meant to say faces, right?
No, they're clearly vases.
No, they're faces.
Oh god.
Unless faces look like vases to you, you're very wrong.
I'm glad I didn't disagree with anyone. Leanna shakes her head.
How could you have been so right about all the others and so wrong about this one?
Actually, in that last illusion, I didn't see a swan. I saw a rabbit!
Yeah, tell him, Zach. Stand up for yourself. Leanna gasps.
I trusted you.
I thought that was the only time. But I see now that you've been wrong this whole time.
You're the one who's wrong.
Poor Zach. He's just like, oh, I thought you had potential.
No, there's no need to...
Leanna and Zach glare at him.
Not now!
Leanna suddenly rests her gaze on me.
What do you see?
Fuck! Run! Happy waifu, happy lifeu! Oh my god. So really, I'm just like, okay, what do I actually care about more? Okay, this is poor. Why did I go with them? Ugh. I should not have gone with them. What do I actually see? There's a question. What do I actually see? Oh god, this is poor. Oh, this is poor. Oh, this is bad. Oh, save. Okay, I don't really need to snuggle buddy anymore. I'll snuggle buddy later. Happy wife. I'm kind of tempted to pick that one. Happy waifu, happy lifeu. I see faces. I mean, Zach's angry all the time. I think we'll just... Let's just, I'm gonna go with this one. But what do I actually see? I like how, I think the answer choice on another note, I think the answer choice was fairly obvious considering two of them were for waifu and one of them was for Zach. So I think I'm just gonna go with that one. I'm a little bit concerned about the backlash. Just hope he didn't break out the dischargers on me, and we'll see what happens. Leanna grins smugly.
Ha!
Zach shakes his head.
You two are perfect for each other. You have equally bad taste.
Leanna and I react at the same time. Perfect for each other.
Bad taste?
Aw, look at me. I'm just like perfect for each other. She looks at me. I mean, bad taste.
Wait, what did you say?
I saw faces. Her smug grin returns as she spins back to Zack. Well done! Good recovery there, friend!
That's right. See? They're faces.
Zack sighs.
You're free to believe what you want, even if it's wrong.
She ignores his last comment, content with her win. The philosopher chimes in before the two of them can continue bickering.
Have you considered the possibility that you're both right?
Leanna and Zack stop arguing and look at him.
This illusion tells two independent stories, intertwined in a single piece of art. The precision, the illusion, wrapped in perfect symmetry.
Can you stop speaking so goddamn slow?
To understand another perspective instead of being rigid in one's own perception, that is the true intention.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up! Leanna and Zack nod slowly as if fully understanding and taking in what he said. Calm and pensive, they face each other again.
I guess it's possible that they're vases.
I'm glad your eyes are finally working.
What? You jerk! You're supposed to say you see faces!
Why would I agree with something wrong?
Well done, Zack. I'm proud of you. Their arguments resume and I sigh deeply. Not this again. My gaze wanders the room and I glance wistfully at the other illusions, wishing we could move on. Hey guys, let's move on. They don't hear me. Guys? Again, the two of them are wrapped up in their argument to hear me. Or too wrapped up in their argument to hear me. It seems like this is going to take a while. I guess I'll finish this exhibit on my own and check back with them later. Unnoticed, I slip away from the group and finish up the tour. So I can learn about the heroes of Osaria. I think that's probably a good thing to do. But I'm going to see what Kara's up to. See what Kara is up to. Good. Well done, friend. Dialogue. Not dialogue, but inner thoughts. Kara said she's going to take care of some business. In the library? I guess, I wonder what she's up to. I head into the library and find her among the shelves. Hey, Kara. She smiles.
Hey there.
Checking out the selection?
You could say that. I'm wondering if I have something that might interest them.
She pulls out the faded tome as she found in the Earth Temple.
If this library is as extensive as Amy says, maybe they're looking to expand their collection.
Who's they? Couldn't hurt to ask. I browse the books along the shelves. It looks like they've got other old books here too. She pulls out a book and inspects the cover, then grins as she puts it back.
They've got Arius texts.
What? Run that by me again? Who are they?
The ancient civilization here. They're the people who would have built the Wind Temple.
No, right on.
If they've got Arius tomes, then they're sure to be interested in what I've got.
Who's they? Who is they? Kara confidently approaches the librarian.
Perhaps you could assist me.
The librarian glances down his nose at Kara and sniffs disdainfully. I like this.
Perhaps.
Ignoring his haughtiness, Kara pulls out the book and places it in front of him.
Would you be interested in a Gaian text?
He leans closer to inspect it.
Where did you acquire this?
From one of the ruins. Unlike most of texts found, this one is very atypical. It's actually a children's book.
Surprise slips through his demeanor.
A children's book?
Kara carefully flips through the pages to show off the illustrations.
Yes, and you can tell it's Gaian based on the calligraphy.
She points to two different places on the page.
The Gaian's language didn't use punctuation, while the other ancient civilizations, such as the Uri, did.
Wow, who knew?
And the parchment itself is out of an animal hide, which is typical of Gaian culture.
Why didn't they use punctuation? That's whack, yo. Kara continues to spout more and more facts. The more she talks, the more impressed the librarian seems. By the end of her speech, his frown is replaced with an interested grin. He further inspects the book and then nods in satisfaction.
Fascinating. And you're hoping to donate it to our library?
Well, donate for a small fee.
Ah, of course.
He lists a number which Kara pleasantly counters. They go back and forth for a while before the librarian finally nods. The two of them disappear for a few minutes before Kara returns with a small pouch. She grins as she safely tucks away her pouch. How'd it go?
Not bad. I was hoping I could get a little more, but I still ended up with more than the initial offer. That's a win in my book.
Right on. I can't help but be a little impressed. It must have shown on my face as Kara looks at me questioningly.
What is it?
That was some good haggling. Let's just say she knows so much history. Nothing really, you just really know your stuff. I heard you explain to the librarian how to tell the book was Gaian.
All in a day's work. It's important to do your research in my line of business. Don't want to be ripped off.
This is true.
Why don't we go check out the shops?
Sure, it'll be nice to see more of the city. Bossing Say, rolling around at the speed of sound. Car and I leave the building and wander the cobbled streets until we come upon the marketplace. Wow, it looks exactly the same. We browse a few of the storefronts. Car mostly ignores the clothing shops and seems more interested in stores selling trinkets or antiques. That sounds about right. While Car peers through the window of shop, I overhear a father and son talking in front of a sweet shop. The boy claps happily as his father hands him candy. His dad grins equally as wide.
I'm proud of you, son. Remember to keep up your studies.
Middle-aged
Maybe
father.
one day you can grow up to be a mage.
Middle-aged father. This is depressing.
Thanks, Dad.
Like that was like a guy, probably like in his 20s. Jesus Christ. I recall my father's face and how he looked when I brought home my first A. Wow, this is really my first A. Did you bring a report card with a few A's? He looked just as proud and happy as that man with his son. He took me out to get to ice cream as a reward and told me to keep my grades up. What is he doing right now? Does he even know that I'm missing? Hardcore, dude. A hand waves in front of my face. Yeah, he's finally wondering about this fucking family.
Hello? Are you still there?
Car looks concerned. Huh? Oh, sorry. What's going on?
You okay there?
Okay, so I can pretend it's nothing, but she is... Let's just tell her. Sorry, I saw a father and son over there and just reminded me of home. My dad used to buy me ice cream as a reward for doing well in school when I was young. Kara's expression softens.
You never really talk about home. Sometimes it's hard to remember that everything is so up in the air for you. One minute you were living life as usual, and then in an instant all of that was ripped away and your life turned completely upside down.
It's fine. The hot women are worth it. What? Kara's voice increases. What does that mean? Increases in what? As she talks, she seems to know exactly how I feel. Wait, what does she say? Oh, I'm dealing with it. Maybe we should... I don't know if I want to bring that up right now. She might try to get away from it. I feel like this is too early. I kind of want to try it though. Every time I fucking look at their eyes, I'm just like, whoa. Why can't my eyes be cool like that? Shit, dude. I don't think I want to direct it over to her, though. I think I'm just going to say I deal with it. It is what it is. I don't have a choice but to accept what's going on and find a way around it.
That's a really smart way to think of it. I wish I'd understood that sooner too.
You too? That's surprising. She goes quiet. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. It's just unexpected since you're always so confident. I got the impression you like traveling alone. It's hard to imagine you'd be unable to handle yourself. Kara smiles softly.
I wasn't always like that. When I was young, I lived with
Okay,
my
good.
father in a big town. I went to school and gossiped with my friends and played with dolls just like every other little girl.
I can't imagine you playing with dolls. She laughs.
I love them. It's a bit embarrassing how many I had. My friends always liked to come to my house because I had all the popular dolls back in the day.
Man, this world is too much like Earth. It makes me uncomfortable. You realize that I can't keep this information to myself, right?
Little girls like dolls. I'm not ashamed.
She's starting to sound a little more like herself again.
Anyway, sometimes things happen out of your control, and all you can do is roll with the punches. I'm sorry that you've been feeling alone, and that it's taken me so long to notice.
Well, you see, it wouldn't have been a problem, but a little someone doesn't want to snuggle with me! Fucking... Oh. This is so depressing. This is hardcore. Ugh. Wait, what did she say? She said feeling alone. Oh, I don't really... I guess thanks for listening. Because this is a little bit too cheesy. She doesn't really like that. Let's just say thanks for listening. No, don't be sorry. I appreciate you listening. Kara blinks.
But I'm the one who's been talking.
But you understood what I was talking about, and even just knowing that someone else has experienced the same thing helps ease the loneliness. Kara grins.
I see. Well, in that case, I'm glad to be of service.
She glances down the road.
Let's keep going.
Right on. We just had a hardcore moment together. That was awesome. We walk around for a little while longer to explore the city. We eventually return to the library and exhibition hall and part ways. So I probably need to go and see this, just because, like, this is probably going to teach me some shit that I will probably want to know. View the exhibit. Okay, it's just repeating the thing. Oh, balls! Darn it! There's a minigame!